February 12th, on this day, in 1294, Kublai Khan, the Mongol emperor who conquered much of Asia and founded the Yuan dynasty in China, died at the age of 80. In 1554, Lady Jane Grey, who had been Queen of England for just 13 days, was executed on Tower Hill in London by order of Queen Mary I. She was only 16 years old at the time of her death. In 1700, the Great Northern War began in Northern Europe, as Denmark, Norway, Saxony, and Russia formed an alliance to challenge the power of the Swedish Empire. In 1709, Scottish sailor Alexander Selkirk was rescued from Juan Fernandez Island after surviving more than 4 years alone. His experience inspired Daniel Defoe's novel, Robinson Crusoe. In 1736, Maria Theresa of the House of Habsburg married Francis, the future Emperor Francis I of the Holy Roman Empire, strengthening the Habsburg dynasty's ties to France. In 1793, the first fugitive slave law was passed in the United States, requiring the return of escaped slaves to their owners. In 1804, German philosopher Immanuel Kant died in Königsberg, Prussia, which is now Kaliningrad, Russia. Kant is renowned for his influential works in philosophy, especially on ethics and reason. In 1809, Abraham Lincoln, who would become the 16th President of the United States and lead the country through the Civil War, was born. In 1818, Chile declared its independence from Spain after years of struggle, becoming a sovereign nation in South America. In 1836, Mexican General Santa Anna crossed the Rio Grande with his army, moving northward during the Texas Revolution, which would culminate in the Battle of the Alamo. In 1851, gold was discovered in east-central New South Wales, sparking Australia's first major gold rush and drawing thousands of prospectors from around the world. In 1912, Puyi, the last emperor of China, abdicated the throne at the age of 6 following the collapse of the Qing dynasty, marking the end of imperial rule in China. In 1914, The Squaw Man, the first feature-length film made in Hollywood, was released in the United States. Directed by Cecil B. DeMille and Oscar Apfel, it marked the beginning of Hollywood as a filmmaking center. In 1921, Winston Churchill was appointed as the colonial secretary in the British government, giving him significant influence over colonial policies. In 1924, George Gershwin's innovative composition Rhapsody in Blue premiered at the influential Experiment in Modern Music concert held by Paul Whiteman and his orchestra at Aeolian Hall in New York City. In 1934, Bill Russell, who would become one of the greatest defensive centers in National Basketball Association history and its first black head coach, was born. In 1947, French fashion designer Christian Dior unveiled his first major collection, nicknamed the New Look, which revolutionized the post-war fashion industry with its elegant, feminine silhouette. In 1948, American comedian Dick Van Dyke and Marjorie Willett married on the radio show Bride and Groom in Los Angeles, attracting national attention. In 1952, American singer Tony Bennett married art student Patricia Beach at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan, New York. In 1980, the Winter Olympics opened in Lake Placid, New York, drawing athletes from around the world to compete in winter sports. In 1982, Canadian hockey player Wayne Gretzky broke the National Hockey League record by scoring his 153rd point in a single season, solidifying his status as one of the greatest hockey players in history. In 1987, a Texas court upheld an $8.5 billion fine against Texaco for its illegal takeover of Getty Oil, making it one of the largest civil awards in U.S. history. In 1994, thieves broke into the National Gallery in Oslo and stole The Scream, one of the most famous paintings by Norwegian artist Edvard Munch. The artwork was later recovered. In 1999, United States President Bill Clinton was acquitted by the Senate in his impeachment trial, after being accused of perjury and obstruction of justice by the House of Representatives. In 2001, the Near Shoemaker spacecraft successfully landed in the saddle region of asteroid 433 Eros, becoming the first spacecraft to land on an asteroid in history. In 2002, former Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic went on trial for war crimes at the International Criminal Tribunal in The Hague. He died 4 years later, before the trial reached a verdict. In 2013, North Korea claimed to have conducted its third nuclear test, announcing advances toward developing a nuclear weapon that could be delivered by missile. In 2016, Pope Francis met Patriarch Kirill in Havana, marking the first meeting between the leaders of the Catholic and Russian Orthodox churches in nearly 1,000 years. In 2019, according to the Prespa Agreement of 2018, the Republic of Macedonia officially changed its name to the Republic of North Macedonia, resolving a long-standing dispute with Greece.
Subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's events.